Subscribe. What's up, nerds? It's time for more music. Last time the stream died because my internet just decided to stop. But whatever. So now we're back with more writing. More writing. Today I went to the mall and the bubble tea stand is no longer there, which is probably the worst news I've had in the past 1 hour, which is not very good. I really wanted that tea, and that was not 1 hour ago either, so I'm just a liar. I took a nap. I was like, wow, I'm gonna listen to some music and just like relax for a little bit. And then I ended up falling asleep. It's not what I intended to do, but I ended up doing it anyway. So I slept for like an hour or two, and now here I am. I ate some food, and that was my whole day. Probably. Alt F4 Discord. It's gone now. What's the goal for today? To write something that sounds good. It's not very often that that happens. But that's always the goal. Hello. Aren't you so glad to finally see my face again? But you know whose face we all really want to see? Hello, Iguana. What do you have to say for us today, Iguana? Say something for the stream. Thank you, Iguana, for your kind words. I'll ask you again if I need to, for some encouragement. Is it real? Which one? What's real? The iguana? Of course the iguana is real. That's not a very fake-looking iguana now, is it? That's definitely a real iguana. Very real. Bona fide. Thank you, iguana, for proving your realness. I feel like that basically says all it needs to be said. Sure, Bert, you would never lie to me. I would never lie to you, except for all those times that I did. But this time, the iguana doesn't lie. What subject are you best at? What, like school? I was best at... what was I best at? Latin. That was my best subject. I enjoyed physics the most. But English was boring. I hate reading. English, boo, boring. Other subjects I do not like. I took AP Psychology. That's probably one of the worst classes I ever took. Mostly because the teacher sucked. I had a class that was just Latin. Yeah. 6 of them. I took 6 classes of Latin. So that was my language in high school. Although they also counted computer science as a language credit because I guess you learn a programming language. So if you don't know, in America the system is credit based, so you get a credit in a certain kind of subject. And my language credit was both Latin and also computer science. Hate reading, but always recommend the library. I don't read fiction, is the thing. In class, in English class, you read literature. I don't like that. That's not what I like. Nonfiction. Nonfiction is so much more interesting to me. So I go to the library to read nonfiction. In English, you have to write, like essays about, like a story and stuff. I hated doing that. I was just not interested in any of it. But nonfiction, I think, is so much more fascinating, and that's what I like reading. So every time I go to the library, it's always to get nonfiction. The difference between writing in English and writing in music. I like writing poetry. I enjoy doing that. Those you out actual window. Oh, thanks for specifying an actual window instead of a fake imaginary one. I really felt that. The difference between writing in English and writing in music is that I like writing in music more. And also it's easier because it just is. There's less stuff you have to worry about. In English you have to worry about grammar. In music you don't have to worry about any grammar. I guess you can choose to write with musical grammar, but you don't have to. And as long as you put thought into it, there are going to be people who like it. I guess the same can be said of English, but I feel like it's going to be a lot less likely. And also writing music, it's cool. I like writing in English, because English is actually probably one of the worst languages I've ever seen in my whole life. It's a shame that it's my native language. Whoopsies. Hello, hello. How does a basketball bounce even though it has no springs? Because it absorbs the impulse and then it pushes it back. And so then it comes back up. It's made of rubber. How does a spring bounce even though it's just the string of metal? That's actually a question I asked my physics teacher when we were first learning about springs. I was like, how does a spring... It's just a piece of wire that you roll around. Why is it bouncy? And he straight up told me it's because the metal has a tendency to want to go back to its original states, which he didn't really go into a lot of detail into because it's not part of the curriculum, but that's what he said, is that metal will try to bend. That's why springs, when you push on them, they will try to go back to their original states, and they will try to apply some kind of force going against you, trying to change it into a different shape, and that's where the spring force equation comes from. Physics nerd? No, I don't know anything about physics. I don't know what you're talking about. With music, you can do random stuff and it can make sense. If you do random English, it would almost never make sense. That's true. I don't know if you guys, because I was curious, there's a book by Bobby Dylan called Tarantula. And if you try reading it, that's what random English looks like, okay? It's not very good. It is actually just random English stuff, and I was like, Bobby, I love you, but also, what the hell is this? The basketball has small legs that makes it jump out once it hits the floor. Man, those legs must be strong as heck because it is absorbing so much bounce. It keeps hitting the floor. That's the sound a basketball makes. Okay. Last time we were here, I was messing with my own chord system of the chart, which I do not have pulled up. I know you can't see it right now. Composition.per, my Pura file. And I still have yet to make all my charts very cutesy. I keep saying I'll do that, and then, I do the stream, and then I go to bed and I forget to do it. So maybe one of y'all just gotta yell at me on my server to do it when I'm taking a siesta. Music is focused and singular with what it is conveying, unlike language, which does not have the same relationship of form and function. I don't really agree with that. I feel like you could have it the other way, that music doesn't have such form and function, and that language is. I feel like language is definitely more focused in its message. I think music, of course, does have form and function. The rules are. I'm having trouble articulating this. Oh well. Is it rude to ask for someone's ethnicity? I don't know. I don't think so. Music always conveys feelings. That's true. Actually, I don't know. I mean, I guess then if you define it that way, you could say that any music that doesn't, or any sounds that don't necessarily convey feelings aren't music. And then other definitions on top, like, has musical pitches and stuff. What's your ethnicity? I'm Shirgi. Music is not sound. Music isn't sound. It's like it's of course like a kind of sound, I guess you could say. But I'm not sure if I would agree that music conveys feeling, because I don't feel like my music conveys feeling. At least it doesn't convey like my emotion at the time. It probably conveys some kind of emotion, but it's not mine. Like sometimes I'll write something that sounds really sad even though I'm not sad at all. Animals can't appreciate music but can hear sound, for example. Oh, well, I think animals can appreciate music, but maybe that's a little difference. I guess we can never know if animals really appreciate music because we can't ask them. Or maybe we can get like Flint Lockwood's like monkey thought translator, and we'll ask a monkey if it thinks that music is cool. So postmodern mindset is why we disagree. I think, sure. I think I'm pretty strict with my definition of music too. So there's that. There's stuff that I don't necessarily agree is music, even though, of course, like this postmodern school of thought thinks it is. I would agree that it's art. I just disagree that it's music. Do you like Bach, or do we have to have a talk about how epic Bach is? Do you like Bach? No? Well, let's change that. Unbelievable. That's called being annoying. Oh well. Do you like music? Would you like to? If conveying emotion as a singular focus makes noise music something that some can appreciate even if it technically is music. Conveying emotion as a singular focus makes noise something that is... Okay, I have no idea what that means. I'd have to think on that. No, whatever. Let's just get to the writing. And check it out here. We have the chords. And we have... Can you talk in pianissimo? Okay, sure. So these are the chords that I made up last time. And they're based on this chart that I created. I believe here we're using my Shirgi chord number 5. Little row here. And you can see these chords are borrowed from various modes from this chart that I created. So we have 1, flat 6, major 4, and minor 5 like this, something like that. And here I believe we're using number 3. And I think it has a very... Go back to normal. Oh, you should be careful what you wish for. Okay. I'll just play it for you because, well, the stream died last time. I think it sounds very goofy. I'll tell you what I think is wrong about it, and then we'll get to it. Here, we'll have to build up to. Okay, so as goofy as I think this sounds, I think it's a little bit too heavy. I like it. I like the chords. I like the melody. I think it's just orchestrated poorly, and I want it to be less heavy. Try this for the first time. It's pretty fun. You just think of whatever comes to your head and then put it down. There's like no strict rules or anything. That's also fun. That's so freeing and also so unlike me. You have no idea how many rules I keep reminding myself when I write music, even if they're rules that I made up. But either way, so I put this melody here in the flute. So that it's nice and floaty. I think I like these fun trills that are going on. I think putting them in oboe makes them a little bit too heavy, because the oboe has it has a rougher sound in this lower register. It's a very sweet sound, but it's a rougher sound. The oboe, oh, whoopsies. The oboe in this higher register would have a more liquid sound, something a bit more syrupy, if you know what I mean. Something a bit more viscous. See, this is a problem, because the describing sound, I could just let you hear it, but like if I try to describe it in words, the oboe has a more like viscous kind of sound up here in its higher register, and its lower register here it's a little bit more coarse. As Mr. Korsakov says, I mean, you don't have to take his word, but either way, he says this lower register and this part here is a very thick sound and a very rough and thick sound. Rough and thick. So I think putting this in clarinet or flute would be a better choice. If you apply rules to making music, just kind of makes it feel more like math homework and also kills creativity, in my opinion. I disagree pretty heavily with that, but I think maybe people just get the wrong impression of music theory. But that's just my opinion. If you want to know more about that, then you can ask, but that's like my opinion. Like, I use theory pretty exclusively throughout all my writing, and I feel like theory helps me vastly. Me writing music without theory in mind just sounded awful. It sounded like it was just boring, it was going nowhere, it was meandering, just kind of riffing on the same 3 chords the whole time. It didn't sound very good at all. Like, using theory makes it feel, to me personally, in my experience using music theory, has made my music feel so much more complete. So clarinet, go! You try this. experimental electronic music is my bag because it's pure flow state. I hate thinking too much with music. The best is when I can totally disassociate and it feels like the music is making itself. Well, sure. Of course, if that's your process, I'm not gonna knock on it, but like, for me, I feel like I want to be in control of my music. I don't want necessarily the music to write itself. As much as I joke about how much I just want the music to write itself, I want to be the one to write it. And I like thinking about music. It's not like it's a puzzle. It's like a theory puzzle, but I enjoy doing it. I really, really enjoy doing it. It's not like I'm using theory and it just feels like I'm stuck with it. I really, really enjoy using it. So, which is why, like, I really enjoy thinking about music. I really enjoy thinking about which instrument or combination of instruments would sound best here. I really enjoy thinking about where are my chords going. I really enjoy thinking about where does this want to modulate to. So, of course, if you don't like thinking about all that and you just think it's a bunch of esoteric nonsense, that's also fine. But just for me personally. Okay. Clarinet, go. You try this. The clarinet's definitely less bodacious than the oboe. I like esoteric. I'd call it formal. I guess it's true. The thing is, like, I'm not sure if I would. I use theory a bunch for this piece here. I'm not sure if I would call it formal, but I'd call it like this chord system that I have here. I think is too much for some people. It's like, what does all this mean? This doesn't mean anything. You're just making stuff up. And there's just a bunch of letters that you've put together, and they probably mean some things, but probably don't. Like, for some people, that's too much, and that's fine. Like, I don't care. If you don't like them, then you don't like them. But for me, it's like, this is like the foundation of my music, these guys here. It's sometimes good to set boundaries so you can explore and elaborate within the range. It's a very broad statement, but I guess that's true. I almost never come up with anything completely new. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. All this music you have here, it's my music, and I came up with the melodies and I orchestrated it, but all the technique I used, I 100% stole from someone else, and I can tell you from from who I stole it from, because it's mostly Stravinsky. And I guess you could argue that Stravinsky was the one who invented all those new rules and stuff, and that's true. But also, I am stealing from him, so it's nothing new. Here for the nymphery in composition. Nymphery is crazy. How do I get rid of this heaviness? I think maybe we'll have less contrabassiness. You know, just get rid of the contrabass. Get rid of the other bass notes, bass drum notes. Great composers steal and recycle, it's okay. That's what I'm saying. If Stravinsky is gonna say that greater artists steal, then he ain't gonna have a problem with me stealing from him. Underrated advice for high school: talk to no one, look at no one, don't even think about speaking up. My advice is to do your homework. That's my advice. I remember like 10 melodies in 8th and 9th grade, and everything I've made since has been funky variations on that. That's fine. At least you're better than those Baroque composers who just took melodies from a book of chorales and called it a day. Which is a surprising amount of them. I guess it's more Renaissance, but still. Are you procrastinating homework by watching Shirgi stream? Unbelievable. I'm so disappointed in you. Go do your homework, idiots. Okay. I want to move these trumpet chords, move them to the reeds instead. So, man, I don't have a lot of reeds. I mean, I do have a lot, but you guys are like already playing something. Get rid of this. Put these fluttery notes, which is exactly what they are. They're fluttery notes. You're more entertaining than our homework. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. Well, see, especially when I was doing like complicated math homework, which is most of my homework really, is I would like try to put like a video on so I'm like less bored. I'll put like I'll put like who's line clips or something, or like Markiplier up on I'm on a second monitor or up in the corner, and I'll try to like have that as background noise or just like music. But like anytime I have to do anything that's more than like simple multiplication, I have to pause it because I'm like, okay, you're too distracting. I need to think about this. So it never works. Like I put on something and then I immediately pause it, and then I forget that I have it up there. I pause it so it's out of my mind and I'm focused on whatever other thing I'm doing. Whoops. And that just becomes what I focus on. Trombone seems a little too high to sight read. With this guy. Tenor clef. I could put it in tenor clef as much as I don't want to because I don't like it. It's just easier for me to... I have not had to read the tenor clef. Do trombonists prefer reading the bass clef or the tenor clef? I actually don't know. Probably because I actually do know a trombonist, but well, he was a trombonist in high school, so I don't know if he would still know. I don't know if he played anything with tenor clef. And put the harmony here in the reeds. And you go on bassoon. Or the double reeds, I guess. The double reeds play the chords. The clarinets play the bass. This hopefully will sound a bit slightly more light than the trumpets. I like the trumpets because they have a nice bold sound, but I think they might overwhelm the flutes a little bit. So I think putting this here in the reeds will have it sound a bit better. Put the contrabass back down low. The bassoon's not going to be very well heard here because it's playing in a very high range. Well, not a very high range, but this note is pretty high range. It's A4. I think it might be a bit better in the clarinet, I guess. Switch, switch, switch. Switch, 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 switch. Yoink. And a little louder, please. That's not louder. I wanted to press the F. No, that's too loud. Get out of here. Bass clarinet, do your thing. But like, you guys play louder. Also, the bassoon, play louder. And by louder, I mean lower. Maybe I should have worded that better. Okay, good. That's much lighter. Has a much lighter tone than what we had before with the brass. I guess then you guys should also go here for consistency. Fortissimo. You little fluttery bits, just be in forte. And consider the unforgivable sin in music composing. Boring music. That's the unforgivable sin in any art, really, is being boring. But I have a discussion before, but there's a meaningful distinction between being boring and being empty. There's music that is boring and there's music that is empty. And it's music that like makes you feel empty, music that has a lot of space. I feel like that still is very, very provocative. But music that is just straight up boring, that's the worst sin, because it's like it has no reason to exist if it's boring. So that's the unforgivable sin. I guess that's not like a technical music thing, that's more like a subjective thing. So if I had to give a technical thing, like a practical thing for writing music that I think is an unforgivable sin, what do I think is so stupid that I hate? I always try to avoid writing it. Okay, one unforgivable sin. Missing the chance to write the low B flat of the contrabassoon. If you guys ever have the chance to do this, and you don't, I think that's unforgivable, because just like, why wouldn't you write for this? That's so amazing. I think making the timpani do this that seems pretty unforgivable. To play without passion is inexcusable, but then again, there's a lot of margin for boring and empty that varies. Of course, when I say empty or boring, that's extremely suggestive. It's extremely subjective. And you're really just gonna have to define it for yourself, because I can't really define it for you. I would have to like play examples, but I'm not gonna do that. So, but like, you'll know it when you hear it. You know boring music when you hear it, right? And I think you'll know empty sounding music when you hear it, and music that makes you feel empty, and music that sounds empty. I'm kind of grouping them in the same, even though they're not really the same, but either way. Go, reeds! The alto flute just isn't very strong here. Go, piccolo! Piccolo, you go here. Piccolo. Okay, that's a little too loud. You shut up a little bit. Okay, I like these little runs here. They're very cute. Having a single flute play over the entire orchestra like this is a little tricky, which is part of why I had to really tone down the chords from trumpets to oboes. You guys here are playing a very cute bass line here, which I shall copy. And to y'all, actually, no, just the horns also play this. Or do like this. Less instruments, more forte. No tuba. I like that. Good. See, this flute is difficult to hear. What instrument do you think is best at melody? The horn. I think it's the best at melody. After that, the oboe, then the cello. I think. Well, yeah. How about harmonies? I don't know. Anyone? The same instrument, but again. Bass clef for horn 1 as it is. Where's the horn? Where are you? There you are. Remember that the horn plays a fifth lower than written. I could write the bass clef here, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that's really necessary. I know hornists are pretty used to reading ledger lines, So I'm just gonna keep it as is. But maybe I'll change it later. The horn one plays some pretty high notes usually. Glazing horns now. I've always liked horns. They're very cool. You. I think it needs to change somewhere throughout here in order to stay interesting, because right, the melody's mostly the same throughout. I'm not hearing this pizzicato enough. More loudness. Not... Darn it, I misclicked again. Get rid of you. In order to punctuate this melody a little more, I'll also put you in violins, just to see what that effect is. Go! Okay, you can't hear flute at all anymore. I'm going to add pizzicato here, see if that helps. These guys are getting a little too busy together. I don't like that. So get rid of you, I shall. This flute is just not loud enough. Man, I'm sitting crisscross in my chair and my foot's falling asleep because I sit bad. Why is this flute so quiet? Be louder. Maybe I just gotta really turn down everyone else. Okay, you guys, just start out everyone being piano, please. You piano. You piano. I'll just increase volume as I need to. You forte. You forte. You're fine. You guys piano. You piano. Does everyone shut up for a sec while I figure out my bearings? Oh my gosh, stop lagging. Okay, my timpani friend, you're gonna have to be a little quieter than that. Okay, man, I can't hear nobody. Let's have the contrabass only play the first note so that it feels less heavy. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Add some rest in. Get rid of that. I'll let you play that figure there. A night school would be cool, like for those people who like to stay up at night, could sleep in the morning and actually get stuff done at night. I don't know, because I'm not really a night person. Most of my productive stuff happens during the day. And I know I do music at night, which is why I'm so slow at it at night. But it's when I have free time to like do my hobbies, so this is when I'm doing it. You don't need to be fortissimo. Vibra slap, you can be a forte because I like you. Awesome. You can also be louder. Softer. Just do... The wood blocks are a little bit too loud. Okay. Stay quiet. You can be kind of loud. Let's see, I feel like we're like losing some of the nuance in the instrumentation, but also like it needs to be quieter. So kind of I'm trying to balance that right now. Is that I'm trying to hear all of the parts of the melody. No, sorry. I'm trying to hear all the parts that I've written here to the best I can, but also trying not to overpower this flute here. A cello solo would sound good in this piece. I did try that somewhere back here, but I settled on bassoon for this solo. So there's no cello solo here. I've added a bunch of soloists and then I removed them all because I didn't like them. Oh well. We'll see what happens later. Mana using to open up that menu. Oh, which menu? Well, this one? This is F10 on your keyboard. Oh, there is a bug on my screen. Get out of here. I shoot it. And I shot it, because I'm in Texas. Oh my gosh. Okay, that timpani is way too loud. You just go to a nice mezzo volume, please. Good, better. I like that very stupid sounding bass drum. Good. Oh, that's so loud. Oh my gosh. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Here. Forte. All you guys, don't play forte. Just nice mezzo. Ah, it's this D and C sharp here. That doesn't sound quite right. Can you guys play piano? Man, the power of this really goes away when it's only in piano. You think you'll last this stream? At least 2 more minutes. Oh my gosh, MuseScore takes so long to save my project because it's so large now. Mezzo forte is just way too loud. I think maybe it's the tuba. I think the tuba is the one that's making it way too loud. And also probably the bass trombone. Here, I'm getting rid of most of the brass in here, but it's the woodwinds that have the melody, so I need to compensate for that. Get rid of the concha bassoon too. Less, add the concha bassoon back. Give this melody to the tuba. And get rid of clarinet for a sec. I preferred it in the clarinet. So back to the bass clarinet you go. Can we see the iguana? Sure. Let me just take a siesta while I save my whole project. There she is. Hello, iguana. What composing advice do you have for the audience today? What? Okay. Clearly the iguana doesn't know what it's talking about. That's okay though. It still gets points for being cute. Which is all that really matters when you're composing. That's not true. All the best composers were the ugliest ones. It's just a fact of being a composer. Okay. Oh, I want percussion here. Bass drum, go. Yoink. Can I also have like a symbol here? Good. This is gonna sound so dumb. That's so pudgy. I love it. So into the music it goes. I'm not sure what this part is supposed to be describing, but I don't care, because it sounds good. Don't make the violins do awkward shifts. Also, long pitch sections are hell for violins. Also, make sure the bowings are good. Well, I really haven't been giving the violins any slack today. They do a bunch of weird stuff. Like they have lots of weird pizzicato parts like here. And they have more pizzicato over here. And then they just... The first violins play this A for how long? They play it for like 30 seconds, probably. But also this piece isn't very violin heavy. Or string heavy, really. They're just kind of here. The strings are mostly here for decoration. It's mostly the woodwinds that are getting the fun. Here they just play a bunch of tremolo, so they don't really do much throughout the whole piece. Can we expect any burping today? I did eat dinner right before streaming, so maybe. But I haven't felt any today, so maybe soon. We'll see. Remember to tell the violins to breathe every quarter note. Oh, okay. Just in case they forget to breathe. How much is this? Yeah, this is 8 bars. These 8 bars are so much longer than these 8 bars because of this piccolo part here. So it just makes the phrase look so much longer than it actually is. Okay. So another 8 bars here. Let's write the same melody again, but using a different scale. So, who wants to get the melody this time? I think it's gonna be oboe. Maybe I should have modulated somewhere. Maybe somewhere throughout here I could do that. I bet I could do it over here. This is what? Flat 5? Why do composers sometimes give violin just utter hell like pure 16th notes only to not be audible, covered by some one flute player ripping the same note over and over? It's because the composers hate you and they want your fingers to fall off your hands. Pretty sure that's why. I'm looking at you, Mahler. Flat 5 here. This flat 5 here goes to the minor 1 in this key, which is A major. So that goes, what, E flat major to A minor, which is a very funny progression. I kind of want to keep that weirdness, but I think it's gotta shift somewhere else. I think we could do it somewhere at this diminished 3 here. This diminished 3 is a what? It's a C sharp major chord, or sorry, it's a C sharp diminished chord, which means it should lead nicely into D major. It should also lead into B minor or B flat major. Okay. Did you listen to Lust by Marino? No. What chord is this? This is a D minor chord, so that's one of them that I suggested. Well, major, minor. If I well, you know what? No, let's not have a modulation. I changed my mind. We're going back to this. Forte, go. And you're probably going to be in a different, maybe, because I put you guys all in the weird modes, maybe I'll just put you back in the normal mode. Well, maybe we'll have good old Ionian, also known as major for you non-weirdos. Have a good rest of your night. Okie dokie. I'll see you later then. 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, 6, 2, not diminished, 3, not flattened, 4, 6, not flattened, okay. Who wants to get the accompaniments? I don't know. Oh, I think it's gotta be strings. Add a part for florist. Well, like the flower. Add all these accidentals back. There you go. And tell them when to move flowers around and stuff. What, for like the audience? I'm sure it'll vastly improve my performance. Maybe I could have like ballet dancers do it. Okay, and now here, a string, you do it. Okay, you guys are gonna be playing, Pizzicato. I need you guys to play the arco. Yoink, yoink. I said arco. When I say arco, you arco. So arco. quieter. Like, much quieter. Let me just borrow these chords from up here so I ain't gotta keep on scrolling to see them. Let's have the violas play some more sustained notes here. Something like this. I still want some fun happening here, but I want some more sustained notes happening. Just try. Or maybe play a no, go back to the fourth. Like this. 6 should be... That's over A again, ain't it? Move to over C, please. Look at this. And you are D major. No, you say the same. Hold this note, please. You move up, you move up. And then do this 5, which is E major. Go! Play a 5th. And repeats. Go. Don't play sustained notes. But like, okay, not exactly what I was hoping for you to do. Try this. Move to D instead of E, please. Or no, the melody also plays B, so move to G. Low G was better. Over C now. Okay, and you are once again A major. Play your funny notes. Yoink. And E, A. Back to F. F. These E's move up to F. 2 should be B minor. Put you over D. And then to 3, which is C sharp minor. Go. An A major. 4, 6. Good, better. I like that more. Put the bass over A instead of F, just like that. Move you guys up an octave, yoink. And I want here, what do you call, D major. That's the chord. You'd think I know all this stuff after writing so much music all the time, every day. And yet here I am. You're F minor actually, or sorry, F sharp minor. And then wonderful 5 here. Go, stringies. Right after the brass. Put you back in, or put you in clarinet. Put you in oboe. Go. Okay. So a thought I had before doing this is that I should write something maybe a little bit more modal and then get kind of weird and mysterious sounding in the latter portions, so... Right, try this. Add some measures before this. Insert before selection, add 8 measures. Yoink. There they are. And then just take literally everything I just did and move it over. And also take the chord symbols with you. Thank you. And paste them here. Blop. Oh, I did that wrong. Every action I take has an equal and opposite reaction, but also it's taking a long time. There you go. Delete these chords, and then replace these chords with thems. I said replace them. Thank you. Okay. And I'm going to add a part for construction worker. What do you even do? I mean, I guess there's an anvil. We do have anvils. Let's move the vibraphone, sorry, the xylophone part over here. And then move y'all over here. Put you back in alto flute. Two flutes. All right, these guys are written for the weird chords. Okay. Do you watch anime, and if so, what is your favorite? Oh, I don't know. Oh, maybe you should ask someone in my Discord server what my favorite anime is. They won't be able to give you an answer. But who knows? I have no idea. Oh. I'm going to continue writing my chords. Right. Do major. Go. Continue this. Five. Wait, which way is the bass going? Okay, move y'all up. Move you back down. Or actually, yeah, do that actually. You move down. You move back down to A. I know the clarinet doesn't sound super good here, but it's just playing nice staccato notes, so hopefully it's not too bad. Six here should be really into Digimon. I'm so into it. I know so much about Digimon, like... Yeah. B minor. B minor. B minor here. That's not B minor. Go down a step. And then you go to C sharp minor. You guys move downsies. Like this. And then Gabumon is your favorite. That sounds like a real show that I've heard of. Gabumon. Yeah, Gabumon. Look him up. I will do no such thing. 6, 4, 6, or you should be 4 then 6, right? Yeah, so 4. 6 is the same, but this D goes down to C. And then, of course, E major. Keep the double reeds playing. The alto flute is a little too dark here, so I'm gonna supplement you with a piccolo. Okay, there you go. Better, much better. Hello. Okay. Okay, I think there needs to be a bit more percussion here. Keep this fun triangle bit that just kind of dances along. Put that here, see if that helps. I like that. melody be in piccolo, alto flute, and celesta, please. Good. There's got to be some lead up to this. Okay, this pizzicato is really loud. Please be here a... No pizzicato here. Y'all just play normal arco staccatos. I think the inclusion of the woodwind bass might help. It's definitely missing something in that low end. So copy and paste I shall. Basing this off of a specific composer, just improvising. It started out as me stealing literally everything from the Firebird, and now it's become this. So, take of that what you will. Bass clarinet only. What genre of music is this? I don't know. Me? It's nothing too special. Oh my gosh, the saving takes so long. Bass clarinet only. Or, no, actually put you guys in horn. Shirgi pop. Oh my goodness. One horn. No, not horn. One trombone, please. Two trombones, go. Better? Oh my gosh, you're so loud, shut up. And there's gotta be a bit more of a lead up to this. Cymbal, go! Do something. Louder. Bum ba dum bum. That's too loud. You know what, just don't play at all. I'll figure out something else. The vibro slap, go! It's like I say, the vibro slap just sounds like a crash cymbal if it caught a cold. I don't like that though, so get out of here. Don't play for 2 beats, play for just 1. Same with you, Celesta. Bassoon and contrabassoon. Bassoon, thank you. There's gotta be more something up to this. Just steal the space jump figure here. Good, and more vibe slap here, please. Go. What happens after that? I have no idea. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. What a stupid piece of music I've written. I was thinking maybe including something a bit more lyrical, but I guess that's what the first part was, with this legato portion. Okay. Okay, let me just hear it again in context, please. Who's texting me? Oh, it's my wife. Hello. Okay. Start from over here, please. Okay, I want to go back here to where I had you, this melody. No. Okay. I was thinking like I could take that and put it in a faster tempo. I don't think it'll work, and I'm not gonna try. So instead, it shall just be lame. You know what? I'm feeling pretty lazy. I'll just change up the chords a little bit. We'll put you in the key that you were originally in, which is Lydian. I believe you went to 2. We could do a fun minor 2 to not you. Minor 2 to major 2 here, which I think will be really dumb, which is why I'm gonna try it. D. It should be go to F, not D. Go to B. Trombones, you go away for a sec. Y'all play whatchamacallit, B. D sharp. You play D natural. You play F. Okay. Okay, that's a bit better, I think. Haven't been here for some time. How are you? I'm doing so swimmingly. Why did I say that word? Anyway, yeah. It's been doing good. We're doing more music. I want 1, 6, 2, 3 is minor. 4 is diminished. That's not 4. That's 4. I believe there was a 7 chord in here somewhere. It was probably you. Or actually, I think it was this guy here. I'll make you 7. And then I'll make you 5. So remove the 6 here. And then go back to 5. Okay, so we got some edits to do. You are going to be G sharp minor, which means you move down to D sharp here. You go to G sharp. You move up to D sharp here. G sharp, D sharp. No, just move up to this G. G, B, E, D sharp, B. All you E's go down to D sharp. All you G's stay the same. This E goes up to D sharp. Blah, blah, blah. Music, schmusic. And I think you go to E, right? So you say the same. Go, listen. Oh wait, you need to go to D sharp. Oh, that sounded a bit weird. You should be, once again, 1 to 6. Major is pretty similar to Lydian. It just has this major 2 chord, this diminished chord, and you, like, the only thing different is that it has a sharpened 4. See here, all the accidentals are the same, except for this guy. The difference between major and Mixolydian is also just 1 flat. So they sound pretty similar, but not super similar. Schmebulok! Man, I haven't heard that word in like 10 years. Schmebulok. Okay, major 2 here is D sharp, so that's B major. B, F sharp, D sharp. Okay, goody gumdrops. You are once again 3, which should be the same. And the sharp 4 diminished chord should be whatchamacallit, D sharp diminished, which is D sharp, F sharp, and A. F sharp, D sharp, D sharp, F sharp. So yeah, of course the only thing that changes is this D sharp chord, so. Okay, nice. Go! Okay, and I'll just have to edit the melody to include this new accidental, which I'm not actually seeing D appear. Oh, D appears twice in this melody for this little run here. And oh, it appears here. And then it doesn't appear anywhere else. Oh, it appears here. Okay, never mind. It appears, what, 4 times. Lovely, okay. Copy paste, because I'm such a good composer. Any good composer will tell you. Copy paste. Except, you know, for all the good ones. Okay, you know what? No Celeste here. Replace with Glockenspiel. And Glockenspiel should be a little bit brighter. No timpani, no xylophone. We'll add different percussion maybe later. Actually no, D natural here. Because it kind of like shoots forward into Lydian mode a bit later. Oh yeah, I didn't edit any of the accidentals here like an idiot. Okay, how about you shut up? You're so loud. Just do normal strings, please. Motivic development is just copy paste with different steps anyway, additional steps rather. I mean, Beethoven also did the good old copy paste with bum 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 bum. And everyone says he's the pinnacle of classical music, except for all the people that don't. But nevertheless, here we are. Okay. Can you... Don't play an alto flute no more. Actually, play in piccolo flutes. Can you play like an octave higher, please? Can you like just do a scale here? Just move down. This sounds much better. I like this. Okay, better. Can we continue this funny bass drum here? Go. That sounds so dumb. Oh right. The guys, the dudes, what are you called? The soonish horn. You guys play some notes too, but not arco. And also not that loud. Yeah, I'll go. Piano. And piano. Better. Okay, so now it's basically different. My motif development, so different. I got so many bars out of this. How long is this part, by the way? It goes from, what, 7:33 to 8:39? That's a whole minute. Oh my gosh. I think if I hear this melody for any more than a minute, I'll gag and throw up and cry. So, it just doesn't, it just doesn't, it's just too goofy. I feel like I like it, and it kind of gets the point across that I wanted, but I think something else needs to happen in between, like some kind of weird percussion bit or something that tells a little more than just goofy. And I'm gonna push the tempo a little bit. I know I said I didn't like the tempo last time, but let's see if I like it this time, because my opinion does tend to change rapidly when it comes to my music. Go, I push the tempo like 5 BPM. A little faster. Go. It's not moderato no more, but yeah, that's too fast. 140 is probably a good tempo. Hans music. You're so right. That's exactly what it is. You shall be Allegro again. Allegro. Although, that'll be like the third Allegro. Here we have Allegro. Here is Allegro. I just wrote Pew Allegro, which is not very helpful. Because it's like 4 BPM less. Just do it Piomosa. Okay. Sounds like having boba laced with ecstasy. I don't know how you came up with that, but that's completely correct. Andante. Here was Allegro con brio. There was moderato here. What the heck is moderato? Okay, that's moderato. Here larghetto, and your allegretto. Okay. So, hi Iguana. Forgot you were here. Hey. What do you think about the piece of music that I just wrote? Poke, poke, poke. Okay, so that's what, like 3 allegros? That's so many allegros. There's this part over here that I need to connect to, but I'm not sure how. I do have this percussion thing that I wrote last time. I can't tell you what inspired me to write that, but that's what we're dealing with. Do I want to write that in the middle of this? That'd be so awesome. Oh, but one thing, you guys are written at 51 BPM. Let me remind you. So I'm gonna just repaste you with what's the one? I want double duration. There you go. That should be better. You know what? And I'll push your tempo up too. Oh yeah, I forgot to unswing this. Get unswung. In fact, the unswinging should probably go somewhere like right here. Straight. Straight. The music is finally straight. The better I comprehend that part of your compositional process involves trolling yourself. I'm not sure what exactly that means, but I think maybe I'm trolling myself by not knowing what that means. Delete, delete. So many rests here. Go. It's a little fast. Okay. During this part here, what do I want to convey? I definitely wanted to convey like silliness and something a bit clumsy. I think I keep saying that. But there needs to be something a little more literal, I think, in order for it to just not sound like a drag, which it does. It really just sounds like a drag. Something else needs to happen here. And what is that something? Because, first of all, this is a melody that's already been heard. I guess you could call it a leitmotif, but it's not even a motif, it's just an entire melody. So I think I need to justify me repeating this melody entirely for another 4 times by making it more interesting. Uh, and I don't know what exactly that is. I think repeating the melody almost exactly, just with a little bit of accidental changes, is not enough. That's not enough for me. It's kind of boring. There needs to be something else, but I don't know what that is. Okay, try this. Where are you, Chimes? Chimes! Chimes, where are you? There you are. During this part here, I want you to play some notes. You play... just play part of the chords. Which involves A. And C. And you are 4. I'm so stuck on this. A. You are 3, so you're diminished 3. That should be C sharp diminished. You can play G natural. Go! What does a staccato chime sound like? Oh, it sounds like that. No chimes here. I've kind of used the chimes throughout this to kind of sound like a bell of a clock ringing. I've used that pretty often here as like a recurring thing that's happening. But don't have that here. I want here, just for these last few bars, can you please like slow down and then go back a tempo? Actually, I'm not sure how to feel about that. Again, it's one of those things that sounds much better in my head. He's in. Okay, I like that a bit better with the more natural feeling slow down. A part of conch, well, like the shell. Symbol, go. Vibro slap, go. No vibro slap, go away. Okay. Replace you here with a bassoon melody, please. I know you're already playing forte, but can you play even louder? Okay. Okay. Let's reinforce this bassoon with a bass flute. Why is the bass flute so loud? Okay. Hello. You guys want to see the iguana again? There she is. Hello, iguana. The rarest composer of us all. How you feeling about what I wrote so far, iguana? I can't believe you would say that about me, iguana. Just for that, I'm shrinking you. I hope you realize that the words you say have an impact on other people, and that I'm not gonna let this go easy, iguana, okay? Your iguana looks so different. Is that a new haircut? Oh no, it's a different iguana. We had to fire the old iguana due to budget cuts. Add quick violin runs that are 4 notes that last 1/8 note every 3/8 notes. Last 1/8 note every 3/8 notes. Why? No. Oh, too bad. I don't decide how my stream is run. That's all the higher-ups. They're the ones pulling the strings of my own stream that I record and do myself. They're the ones behind all of it. They're the ones to blame. I want a low note here. Two here is B minor. Do some slurs here. And then 3 is C sharp. And then 4 is D. This is gonna be really stupid, but I want this to happen. Can't tell if I'm gonna like this or love it, so we'll see. Six here. Go down to... Okay, this is gonna be the dumbest thing I've ever written. Go! You know what? Trumpet 2, you play that. chime here. High E, please. Go. And then I just want the music to stop here. And I want you guys, my xylophone friends, to play some wonderful tremolos. Like this. And you stop here. And you stop here. And we'll see what I think of the strings. You guys all play the same figure here. There you go. I don't like that second chime notes. Just keep the... I want the xylophone here. Good. Some wonderful staccato happening here. Okay, that xylophone sounds really clumsy. Like, it's not quite what why is it so, like, strange? Okay, whatever. Go, timpani. Play a note. Okay, there you go. Better. You start in the mezzos, and then you go up to the... And then... what do I want? Okay. I think the melody's gotta be a little different up here now. What is happening here that I want to add? Okay. I'm not sure how I'd add this, but because it doesn't make any sense. But can you do this? Pretty please, do some rolling. Okay. Um, what chord is this? Where are my chords here? 4, that should be D major. Five here. I want a crescendo here. Start here on this 8th note, which I know is going to be kind of weird, but it's what I want. Start here at piano. Go. You can be a little softer than that, my friend. In fact, have those together. No, no. Go back to the... Oh, come on, my friend. Go back to the harder mallets, please. Don't go to forte. Go something a little quieter. Okay. Okay, and then resume this here. You are D, thank you. F sharp. And I want here forte. You are F major. No tremolo here. just hold this note. A little quieter, please. Copy and paste this. Like this. Okay, try again. Good. Actually, okay, there's some things I think I can do better about this. I think this definitely needs... You need to decrescendo here. Do a decrescendo here. Please, my dears, go to mezzo piano. Everyone here go down in volume. Pianissimo. I need you guys to go up back to normal within one measure. And go back to forte. Go back to forte. I forgot the trombones are the guys doing the bass here. Okay. Yeah, you guys also need to be quieter at this part here. And you can go back up here. I'll go back to piano. And no xylophone here. And quieter triangle here. Quieter blocks here. And quieter celesta here. Need some dynamic shift here to make it more interesting, I think. So dynamics do stuff so that it doesn't get boring. It's pretty easy to get boring if you're not careful. Don't play for as long, please. Okay, try this. Can you decrescendo over the entire first 4 bars, please? Okay. You guys do the same Z's. Just like that, and you two up here in the fields. And you two down here in the strings. Try this. Okay, that's better. Add a part for racket, like in tennis. Maybe we can cut through some jelly. And it'd be delicious. We'd be able to split it apart for all of the members of the orchestra. It's perfect. What happens here? It's a Renaissance instrument. Oh, that's much less cool. I was here hoping that was a tennis racket. Look at all that text up here in bold. I want to try different swings. More swings. Style. Wait, not style. Edit element. Nope, that's not it. Edit properties. Okay. I want heavier swing. 75% swing. This is gonna sound awful. That's so strong. Also, you guys know you could have less than 50% swing. You could have 30% swing. It just sounds like you're not very good at having rhythm. Right here it sounds so much better. I thought it was a bad habit of exploding. That's so awesome. Why did they ever stop using them? Since they exploded so good. Do you know what kind of a sound that would make? You know what Tchaikovsky would have done with that? Okay. And now over at this part here, it ends over here. The tubes held spit and the spit fermented and exploded apparently. I really want a modern version of one because they're so portable for such a low-pitched instrument. That's such a way to explode. Wow. The rackets. What does it even sound like? Oh, it's racket with two T's. Very different. It looks like a battery. What is that? Oh, what is that? Oh, it looks like a thing. Also spelled rankets. What does it sound? Uh-huh. No, how? Okay. That is pretty low pitched. Look how tiny that thing is in this guy's hands. I'm surprised it is that low pitched. Maybe there's like a bunch of valves in there. But also like this is one of the it just looks this one looks like a candle holder or like a rolling pin. How inspired. They were so good at design. The AutoStream's current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. Bro, whatever. I know you can hear me. Stupid YouTube being stupid. Looks like a hash bong. Believe it or not, I don't know what that is. Hello, MuseScore? Thank you. When I press spacebar, that means you go. Not that you stop. Spacebar doesn't mean stop, unless you're already going. Anyway, where does this go? Like, the music. Something in me says that this needs to end in percussion, not end in melody. It needs to end in percussion. And I have a percussion part I wrote over here. I'm not quite sure how it would work, but I really want to use it because I think it sounds very fun. So I shall take this and blue skidoo, we can too. Over here. Also, wait, what instrument did it start in? Timpani. Yoink. You know, I hung up a, not a poster, it's like some wall art, and it came in a frame, and I hung it up earlier, and I'm just waiting to hear the donk as it falls into the ground, and it makes me very sad. But so far, it hasn't fallen down yet, so I'm hoping that it doesn't wake me up in the middle of the night by falling down, which stuff has woken me up in the middle of the night because I like put something up to hang and it just doesn't quite stick right. It's very, very scary when it does. It's such a loud noise for no reason. Keep this in swing, please. And just to preserve this part here, I'm going to add measures before selection. Add 4 measures. And insert my very bizarre percussion part into here. And we'll make it fit. I'll make anything fit. My stuff always fits. Okay. Oh, I can play chords with the blocks? I don't know that. Look at this 3-handed chord that you need for wood blocks. Or maybe you can, like, take both ends of the stick and hit 2 blocks at once with that. Has anyone tried that? I bet that would work. A percussionist would really like that. Or maybe you can connect 2 sticks together like a fork. And you can hit both of them at the same time. It's so awesome. That's probably how you play wood blocks, right? The 4 mallet technique on wood blocks? Yeah, but with like with sticks. Or like, I don't know, other things. Maybe you could just like put your hands on them. There is a chromatic wood block thing. There's a chromatic, you mean like temple blocks? Are temple blocks chromatic? Or are they pitched? Wow. They look like little seashells. Descended from the muyu, or the woodbell. Okay. That looks more like a chocolate, but I guess it might be made of wood. But it does kind of look like chocolates. Okay. Temple blocks, they're generally played in sets of 4 or more to give a variety of pitches, in which they are known as tone blocks. Okay. In Western music, they can be traced back to early jazz drummers, where they were used as exotic instruments. How are these guys exotic? It's a block of wood that you hit with a mallet. Before later being adopted into widespread orchestral use. Yay! So they're here in modern orchestra stuff because they mentioned jazz and then later adopted, so that's got to be 20th century. So I guess lots of composers didn't write for temple blocks. Although temple blocks are apparently different than wood blocks, and temple blocks have the pentatonic scale or the chromatic and diatonic scales. They're not commonly treated as pitched percussion, despite it being pitched. Sure. Temple used blocks are often used as sound effects, the syncopated clock, and sleigh ride. They mimic a ticking clock and a galloping horse. That's nice. Also be used to reinforce the melody. Cool. Sound of the Orient. What is the Orient? Oh, is it just the eastern part of Europe? That's not very descriptive. The Orient. I know Orient means east because Oriens means rise. You guys didn't know that. Oriens means rise because it's the direction that the sun rises. So Oriental is the direction that the sun rises. But it is also used to describe stuff in a derogatory manner, which I think is a little weird. Anyway, time for notes. That's F sharp diminished, so that's diminished 6. If I were to write my chords down here, that should be 1 6, diminished 6, diminished 6, not diminished 5. That's different. Diminished 5 is Phrygian. Yes. Can you guys play this but as a pizzicato note? Which I'll write pizzicato in a sec. Let's try some soft text here for pizzicato. Lovely. All you guys play pits. Pits. Okay. Go! You guys gotta be louder. Better. Be a bit more specific about your quieter. And vibroslap, you play pretty loud because you're a vibroslap and okay. Good. Good. And you also play loudly, my cellista friend. No hard mallets, just normal mallets, please. I think that's definitely the same sound as you was before. I want a bass drum hit here. Where are you, bass drum? Let's bass it up. And I want... You guys gotta be louder. Maybe be louder from the get-go. Here, play a nice mezzo forte. Two hits instead of three. And I want... Repeat this. Don't play it. Okay, no, I changed my mind. Go back. You play less notes. C sharp, or G sharp, sorry. Okay. I want triangle here. And I want... What do I want? You tell me what I want. You said you probably want hard-boiled eggs. Okay, I want here... I wanted to get rid of this very strange ending here that I thought was going to be boring and lame. And I want it to move nicely to this very slow adagio parts. And I think in order to do that, I gotta try something a little strange, which means more timpani. And also, some measures are just going to be deleted from existence. Control backspace, goodbye. Thank you, okay. It's a little anticlimactic if I say that and you stick around a little more, don't you think? It's like we're staring each other in the eyes before you go away. More pizzicato. This pizzicato ain't loud enough. Louder. Louder. Always more timpani. I feel kind of bad for the timpani because I gave it some pretty boring parts here. I gave it some more exciting parts earlier, but I think this part's pretty exciting. But otherwise, it's been playing pretty boring stuff throughout, so I think I gotta give it something a little bit nicer. Okay. Bum-ba-dum-da-dum. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. It's so stupid. I want timpani here. What do you want to play? E. And can you please, my friend, go down to piano, not piano. I was gonna say pianissimo, but then I just changed my mind to piano, so piano you go. It doesn't really make no sense though. Because it feels a little bit too dramatic. F sharp minor, A major. This part that I'm writing right now is an A major. 2 sharps, 1 flat, natural. And then here, 1 sharp, 2 sharp, 2 sharp, 3 sharp. Why did I write 2 sharps twice? Wait, what? Why did I do that? Wait, what? I'm going to sleep, go to look at the music. Thank you. I'll see you later. Are you supposed to be in a different key? Are you supposed to be 3 sharps? Or no. Yeah, you're going from 2 sharps to 2 sharps. Get out of here. Why did I do that? Okay. 1 sharp, 2 sharp, 3 sharp, We're just going all the way around the circle of fifths. Okay. Cool. Get out of here, get out of here. Oh, so much music everywhere. Saving always takes forever. Oh my gosh. Save faster, you idiot. Save faster. Good. And... symbol, go. Triangle, you play. Pretty please, when I click into the music score, that means you play. And I want... And I want bass drum here. This probably isn't gonna sound very good, but... You know how I said I was afraid that the... Oh my... I'm gonna be back. You know how I said earlier that I hung up some art on my wall and I was afraid that it was just gonna fall down and make a loud noise? You're never gonna believe what happened. And I really like that art too. I'm so sad that it fell down. I'll have to like hang it, like I hung it up with some like command strips, but I guess they weren't good enough. Maybe I just applied them wrong, but I think I'm just gonna have to hang it normally. I'm very sad about it. Maybe I can use some putty. Anyway, back to this. Use the artist percussion. Why would I ever do that? It's too precious. You know what? Keep this drummer rolling. Keep on drumming. Keep rocking. Keep rocking. That's what Dan says. Keep on rocking. But like, I really want this like timpani bass drum like tremolo here. I really like the sound of that, but it just doesn't logically follow from the music that came before, which is why I'm struggling a little bit to accept putting it here, because it's what I want, however it doesn't work. And I'll just have to make it work. I don't know how. Putty is typically weaker than strips, so you can get some really strong strips. Yeah, maybe my strips just suck. I think a hook would be better though. I don't want to drive nails into nothing, so I ain't gonna do that. There's some wonderful Sailor Moon art that I got earlier today, and I'm very sad that it fell down. But luckily the frame seems to be okay, because I have a carpet floor, so it's fine. But I'm still not happy about it. Which is why I cringed so hard when it fell down. I was so sad. So how do I reach this point? Let me think about this for a sec. Okay, I have an idea. How am I gonna execute this though? Let me listen. Can you be a minor chord, please? Change you dramatically to be a minor chord. So that just means G. That's E, not G. It's treble clef, not bass clef. You shall be. You shall be G natural. Good. And I want you to be quiet. Yeah, just like quiet. It's like whispered. You guys, shut up. Actually, you can be piano. And and I want something very dramatic here. You guys play the same Z's chord here. You guys don't need to decrescendo because you're quiet enough, but I'll have you do it anyway. And I want I want a nice crash here. Big crash, go. Psh. And the same with Kimballs here. Go, Kimballs. Good. And I want a nice staccato here. Can you do like sforzando here? Or just do this. No, just do the sforzando. Yoink. How is sforzando different than sforzato? I actually have no idea. What is the difference? Sforzato. I bet there's a difference, but what is it? What? I can't find anything on the difference. What's the difference between them? Why is there one with a Z and one with no Z? What's the difference between these two? What's the difference? They don't. Musco doesn't even play them differently. One of them just has a Z. Okay. I've seen this more. How about sp? I haven't seen sp. But oh, Musco's dying. There you go. There's this, which isn't very helpful because it's the same as this. Well, ish, but. And I want an augmented chord here, I think. So let's have an A augmented chord or an augmented chord for short. And you guys do A, E sharp, C sharp, E sharp, C. And I'm going to decrease the tempo dramatically here. Well, not dramatically. Go to like andante. Let me hear this. And then do a retardando right here. Not that slow, just like allegretto. And I want you again. You know what? Just do this. I mean, I'm pretty sure the S and F apparently means sforzando. I was like thinking that it meant like subito forte, but apparently not. So I shall just write subito here. Or I guess that's not how you spell subito, but I put the what intonation? Oh my gosh. What? Put the period sub. There you go. Move down to A, please. That should mean you are augmented 1 over here. Let's have you be the minor 7. Not there, you dum-dum. Over here on the second, third beat. Like that. Which means D sharp, B. That's correct. G sharp, B. Okay. Try this. Okay. Why are the first violins so darn loud? You're like louder than the entire string section. Oh my gosh. Shut up. And then like do some pretty dramatic dynamic changes. Good. Okay. This xylophone part, double with the trumpet, please. And same with this celesta parts. Tenuto here, and I want trombones to fill in this part here too as well. Yoink, yoink. Paste. Paste it. What chord did I deem this to be? Diminished 6. C natural. Go. None of this. None of this. Try something else. And I want an oboe here. Play something. Where's my ornaments? I want you to do a trill here. And go to a... What was the one I had before? I know I had like a thing. School, 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 school. Okay, school, 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 school. Here, we're back. We're back. Do something like this, please. I take it back. Don't do that. Do this, please. Thank you. Can you just like do a little run up here? Why is the trill below the notes? Muscorp, what are you doing? Hello? Thank you. Oh my gosh. You stupid program. Go! Can you do that, please? Thank you. Do another trill. Yeah, just do that. Good. I like that. And then... no bass drum here. No triangle. Try here. I want cymbal here. Louder cymbal. Fortissimo. Okay. Cymbal here with a staccato. Okay. Bravo slap here. I want you to play here. Let me make sure you play nice and loud. You're not as loud as a cymbal. Surprise, surprise. So you shall be even louder. Okay, you know what? Just shush. Just play forte, please. Okay. Okay. Can you do one more trill here, please? And how am I gonna do this? Can you do both oboe and flute, please? Oh, I guess you're piccolo right now. Can you go back to flute, my friend? I know you have literally one measure to do it. That's probably enough time to switch to a flute. Okay, change instrument back to flute. Yoink. Easy peasy. Go, flute. Your turn. Don't do a trill here. I want you to do a glissando. So, here we go. Let's go gliss it up. Just go like lots of octaves, I guess. Because I need you to fall down real fast. Where are you, glissando? Yoink? I don't feel like writing it out. Just use the line. Do the diatonic one, just for, make it easy peasy. Maybe I'll do the chromatic one if I really think it's not good enough, but I think diatonic should be easy enough. I'm not sure how heavy, like how much emphasis is put on these guys playing their chromatic scales. I assume like professionals obviously have to practice them. I don't know about like normal ensembles. What was that? Hello? Select the measure, please. The measure, thank you. Okay. MuseScore's gliss sucks, probably because that's not exactly how you're supposed to notate that, so I'm just gonna have to do it myself. But this shouldn't actually be too hard. I just have to do it on one of them. There's a bug on my screen. Go away. I literally swiped it off. Alright. Time for some beautiful scales. Go down, dum-dum. Oh, there's actually way too many notes. The oboe doesn't go that low. What am I doing? Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that's my fault. Maybe you guys just need to play some wonderful 16th notes instead. Good enough. Hello. That works, I guess. Just make sure that you're doing a legato. There you go. Paste. Good. Well, it's not quite as frantic as I was hoping it would be. It ain't fast enough. Which software is this? It's called MuseScore 4M USCSCORE number 4. You can go look it up for yourself. Please stop lagging my composing tool. You're not fast enough, so I shall make you faster. MuseScore 1. You're still on MuseScore 1. Wow. Maybe we can do something like this, but I'll just have you move back up later. Oh my gosh. Is it free? Yeah, it's free. That's why I use it. And then you move up here a few notes, my friend. What's this run sound like? Good. No accidentals, please. Good. Okay, no accidentals. Okay. I was expecting Shiri to correct my silly joke. You know I'm always about yes and. If you say something that's completely wrong, I'm probably still gonna just accept it as true. It's no fun to correct people. And nobody likes a corrector. Except me. I need one for my face. Just the staccato here, please. And I want... low wood block here. Wood blocks aren't as deep though. Are not quite what I want. It's gonna be a little difficult to notate, but... well... okay. Can you, like, do this? Where are you, dynamics? Dynamics, here, yoink. Go! SF! And another SF! Oh, okay, that's not exactly what I was wanting to see. But, fine. Never thought I'd see a composer VTuber. There are like 6 of them. Yeah, and I'm the funniest one. So, welcome. Okay, well, that's, that's not true. There are like a few of us. Only like 2 or 3 of us stream regularly. And the other of them, they're just VTubers that happen to know how to use sheet music. So, I don't know the names of them, but I know there are some. Oh, they are. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I want... Can you don't have a... like that, just timpani only. And I want you... some loud bass drum hits here. Here you gotta be... ain't no more swing. Is there still swing being applied? Yeah, there's still swing here. Let me unswing this. Get straightened. You're straight now. I'm sorry to tell you. And dynamics, you shall be forte. And I want... here... and I want... can you... this tempo's too fast. Let me reduce you a little bit while I have this. Gotta go to bed. Or gotta go read. You gotta go read what? That sounds exciting. Reading is so awesome. Okay. A little slower. I think it was like 114 before. There you go. And my bedtime book I read every night. Wow, you must be very excited to read it then. You like this. And I want... Okay, none of that. Instead, you gotta move into this section here. Which again, not sure how I'm going to do, but I'm attempting. Okay, so this part here is very light, and I think moving the timpani to it is going to be a little strange, which is why I'm a little hesitant too. Because it moves to this E, and this is an A. So can you play this A here? Good. And you've got to slow down much, much more from allegretto to adagio. So, tempo. I was looking at all the T's like, oh, which one is it? It's retardando. Okay. And this moves to BPM of 64, so just ease on the tempo a little bit. Easy on the tempo. Scroll, scroll, scroll as I scroll you down. Down, 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 down. You're going down. Moves to 73, 70, 64. You can do better than that. Scroll, scroll, scroll. More scrollies. Keep on scrolling. Beautiful. Okay, whatever. Good enough. And I want... oboe only. Can you take this melody that I had at the beginning and replay it here? Where are you, oboe? Right here. Good. It sounds like someone knocking. I got startled by it. You're never going to believe this. Why did I write that down? Oh, who knows? And I want here, you like this, and... Can you do ease out here, please? Ease out here. Thank you. And I want you, this melody to start here. Right at this little measure here. And I want to edit this a little bit. Play a little longer here, please. I think technically I gotta split the middle here because of reasons. And you shall be tied like this. Wonderful. And can you play an octave higher, perhaps? English horn here. Paste. Of course you gotta be lower because English horn doesn't play that high. This is gonna be a little strange, but I guess we're going with it. I think... Oh my gosh, what in tarnation is happening over here? I think this guy's gotta slow down even more, like really slow it down here. Don't start piano. Start out loud, please. In fact, start out at fortissimo, please. Can you please do a trill here, my English horn friend? Just like that. There you go. Try this. No, I don't like that. And can you try here? This is gonna sound really, really weird, but I want, just as an experiment, I want to try some higher contrabass notes. Some really high contrabass notes. Try this. No. I'm changing it back to English horn. Yoink. Okay. You just do this. Not like that. Okay, so once again, it needs to move to this part here. And I think I'll have the bass trombone take over you, and you play you, and you play you. Whoopsies, wrong thingies. You guys do a crescendo, and you actually say the same, but you also crescendo. Please go, my friends, from triple P to this. I think that's too many. It's not quite there, I don't think. Okay. Hello. We'll have you play E major, my friends here, E major. Bass clarinet here, B, bassoon, G. Y'all, triple P. Triple P, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I think this isn't quite smooth enough. It's going from something quite rough and then needs to move to something quite smooth. And I think, I don't know how we can go about doing this. We gotta replace this part here. I need to slowly move from English horn to flute. I think that'll make it feel a lot more natural. Because the flute will have a much more smooth sound and the English horn sure as heck does not. So just do like this, please. I don't want to see this or hear it. This one note is forte, but then like immediately go back down to piano. Why are there 2 pianos here? Get out of here. Thank you. That's much better. Do the pianissimos instead, though. Nice knocks. Okay, I want to hear this in context again before I play that part. Cause this is probably, that I've listened to it just in isolation 1,000 times. I think hearing it in context is gonna sound really strange. Anyway, here I go. Let me start from over here. Good. Good. This oboe line does not sound so good. I want to replace you, at least the latter half of this. These lower oboe notes, I don't quite like. I think they would be much better in a clarinet. So into the clarinet you shall go. Not the whole thing though. We'll just have like some of the notes be in clarinet and some of them be in oboe. Like this. Because I'm so lazy. So we'll just do like this. And you shall be in forte, yoink. Flute is fine, I guess. Can you just like do like a decrescendo here? Or not oboe. Oboe can say the same. You will have to decrescendo though. And something here. I wanted something a little different here. If the trumpet's gonna be real loud, it's gotta be real loud before it gets introduced. Or before the slow part happens. This chord here is just the G minor chord, I believe, but loud. So, G natural, you shall be. Maybe like a high one for emphasis. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. Okay. It's the stupidest thing I've ever written. Okay, try again. Whatchamacallit? Crescendo, thank you, me. And it's got to be here, you know. What am I? It's just got to be a run, more runs, more glissando. Go, gliss it. I'm glissing it. Go, write the slur. Write the slur. I dare you, Muscore. Write the slur. That's not, you wrote 2 slurs and in the wrong places. That's not what I want. Do a slur here, thank you. Okay. Just do the same in English horn so it's louder. And fortissimo because you're the English horn and oboe and you're not super loud. Can you do no accidentals, please? Or maybe can you do like a... No, just do no accidentals, please. I want to hear this. This arpeggio. And can you go from forte to fortissimo? Like this, my dearest. Go, try. Can you do a... Can you do instead an arpeggio instead of a glissando? Like this. Thank you. That's a little better. You guys be tremolos. Good, better. And just for funsies, y'all shall be accented. English horn ain't quite it, I think. Or maybe oboe, I think, sounds a bit weird. Alto flute and English horn together, please. And y'all flutes, you also play this. Paste! 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 Paste it! Oh wait, yeah, you're a piccolo. Do the same thing then, but like higher, because you're a piccolo. This is gonna sound awful. Go from forte, or go from piano, the science show, there you go, to fortissimo. And there's gotta be more of a percussion lead into this, I think, so. Bass drum, you do stuff. That's. Just do forte all the way around. Good, better. And accent, cymbal, louder. Okay, I don't know what this wood block is doing here, because clearly you ain't gonna hear it none. Okay, have some of these magical sounding harps here that also sound really dumb. Can I move these diagrams, my friends? You move over here. You move over here. Also, what the heck is happening with all my gliss lines? What is going on with MuseScore today? Okay, do a save these. Save! Save it! Saved. Thank you. Hokey pokey. Oh, lag. Please stop lagging. Good. Another bass drum hit here, please. C, go to A. 7 here should be G, sharp, B, D sharp. Don't play here. Seems close to Clash Royale. You're so right. All the music I've ever written is inspired by Clash Royale, despite having never played it. Just play 2 timpanis here. More bass drum. That doesn't feel quite right. There's gotta be more bass drum stuff happening here in order to keep the tension. Good. This melody I think has gotta be a little bit more busy. And I want... just do a slur here, please. Okay, good. Again, try from over here. I think it feels like something was missing here. The harp is what was missing here. How exactly am I going to do this? Split the measure into 4s. Just start writing some harpeggios here. And something similar happening up here, my friends. Some wonderful harp stuff. Something similar happening for you. Dynamics Second harp, you're gonna also do things. You don't play nothing like that just yet. You play like that, and also quieter, please. And I want here you, yoink, and yoink. Maybe right here. I also want you to play some stuff. Can you play stuff that's a little different, please? And you move to A. You're A major, right? Yeah. Just like that. And you also mezzo piano. Go. You guys gotta be in a different rhythm, I think. Go. You together. Don't play C, just go to A. Go directly to A. Decrescendo. Okay, mute score crashed. You've actually, oh my gosh. Just wanted to add a few hairpins and the whole thing goes bye-bye. Unbelievable. Mute score, please. Quit unexpectedly. I don't want to restore it. I'm a chronic saver. I know I saved it. Go back. Where were we? Here. Oh, it's still loading my audio samples, huh? Okay, let's write our harp parts back in. Because somebody decided to quit on me. Someone. There you go. Octave higher. Y'all both mezzo piano. I shall save this time. There you go, finally. Decrescendo. Decrescendo. Technically you ought to decrescendo up here so it's not terrible looking. Just like do like this. Thank you. And both of y'all move to piano. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds kind of shoddy, but at least I have something, I guess. I think this part's gotta last even longer, so even slower you shall be. Try again, one more time. You be natural. D. Okay. I Okay. I think I'll have to spend a bit more time thinking about this because again, I kind of wanted this to follow like a general storyline, and I kind of inserted some stuff ad hoc into it so that it would do that, and I'm a little afraid that it isn't quite coherent because of that. But that's a problem for future me. That's the end of the stream. I'll see you guys later. It's getting kind of early, and I feel like laying down. So make sure to subscribe and join the Discord. You guys can do that in the link in the description. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.